Welcome to Corey's Conscious Living.
Hi, my little friends. I was just working. I was sat here at my desk doing some recording and I had a thought about something, and you're never going to guess what I found. I found some cats that look just like Heidi, Cherry and Vaya. I was like, OMG, I'm so excited. Anyway, I've put the links down below for you underneath the video, so go take a look and hopefully you like them. Bye, guys.
Are you ready to meditate with Corey? Lay down and make sure that everything is just right in your room. The lights are just right. You're wearing your comfortable pajamas. And all is well in the world so that you can relax and let go of your day. Are you ready for the final part of Donut Island? Can you contain yourself? Can you guess what's going to happen? Heidi, Cherry and Vaya were swimming in the chocolate waterfall. It was the bestest sensation they had ever felt. The chocolate was thicker than water. It was creamier to swim in. It was like swimming in cream. The most delicious, sweet cacao cream that you could ever imagine. They would flip onto their fronts and lick at the chocolate and then flip back onto their backs and just swim around and stare at the sky, how blue it was, and it was just heaven. They had discovered the best place in the entire world. Cherry said, I never want to leave. I just can't bear it. Can't bring myself to go back to Auntie Mel's house. I just can't do it. I mean, I love her. I love her so much. She's so cool and awesome and everything. She reminds me a lot of me. But, it's like, this is so cool here and I'm so happy and it's so delicious and I could just live off donuts and chocolate. Couldn't you just live off donuts and chocolate? I mean, it's just the best. Heidi said, I could live here too. Vaya said, me too, but I think I'd miss all my friends. Cherry said, who needs friends when you've got donuts? Like 10 million billion donuts. We're definitely not going to starve on this island, are we? And then something happened. There was a rustle in the trees, a very big rustle, like lots of rustles all joined together. Cherry perked up her ears. She was treading water, listening really intently. What was that? OMG, what was that? I definitely heard lots of rustles, like maybe tigers or lions or bears or I don't know what it was, but it was something very rustly. Heidi said, shh, listen. They listened and they heard the rustles again. But not only did they hear rustles this time, they also heard sounded very bizarre. Vaya said, methinks we should get out of the pool and go take a look. The cats swam all the way to the side of what looked like the big, giant cup of chocolate milk or hot chocolate, and then they climbed up, dripping, and stood very still. The sound and the rustle was there again. Rustle, rustle, rustle. The sound was very cute. Cherry said, is it just me? Or does it sound really cute? They sound like little Martians or something, whatever it is. I hope they're not scary. But they do sound so cute, don't they? They don't sound that scary, do they? They don't sound like, roar. They sound like me. She was trying to make the noise that the little things were making, whatever they were. Then Heidi said, I have an idea. She picked up Cherry's t-shirt. Cherry had a white OMG t-shirt on that day. She picked it up and started waving it in the sky like they were wanting to be peaceful. Surrender. We're peaceful. That kind of message, like they do sometimes when you see war movies and things. The noises and the rustles from the trees got louder, as if they were coming closer. Cherry said, I think I'm definitely gonna pee my pants. Vaya said, me thinks you're not wearing any pants. Cherry said, oh, don't get smart. You know what I mean? And then through the trees, hundreds of tiny little, what looked like donuts, but they were big donuts, maybe like the size of a puppy kind of size of a donut, all started walking towards them. Like donuts, but they were people, like people donuts. Heidi said, are you seeing people donuts? Cherry said, OMG, yeah. Vaya said, me too. Heidi said, hello, my name is Heidi. I am from, we're visiting Aunt Mel, and we found this island, and we hope that we're welcome. We come in peace. All the donuts started to gather around them in a big circle. Cherry said, hola, hello, my name's Cherry, and I'm really awesome, and I'm a cat, and I'm normally ginger, but right now I'm not. I'm chocolate coloured, and this is Vaya, my sister, and this is Heidi. Heidi's normally grey, and Vaya's normally white, but we look really funny right now, but we're not scary, honest, I promise. We're not like sludge mud monsters or anything. We're just nice cats. We're really friendly, and we have lots of friends, and we'd like to make friends if that's all right. All the little donut people squished in closer and closer, so there was barely any room around them, and the donuts were just talking to each other. And they were making sniffing noises as if they were sniffing the cats, trying to figure out where they were from, or what they were made of, or who they were. Me, 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 me. Oh, me, 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 me. They kept having conversations back and forth, and Cherry was like, you know what, Heidi? I mean, right now, in this moment, I really wish that I had my pronunciation, like me thing on Google. I really wish I had that little thing where I could just go, what are they, like a translation? Like, what are these things saying? Or like, me, and then they would tell me what to say or how to pronounce it or something. I have not yet come across anything in my dictionary about this. I have no idea that there was even like donut people in the world. They're so cute, and I just want to hug them. They're so like sugary and sweet looking and so nice and before you know it, Cherry instinctively just put her paws out in the air as if she wanted to hug them. All the donuts started communicating with each other. Mimi, Mimi, oh, Mimi, oh, Mimi, as if they were getting very excited, or they weren't sure if they were getting very annoyed. Mimi, and then one of them that had like a crown of leaves and rocks and all sorts of things that they found in the forest, obviously must have been like the king or the queen of the donut people, stepped forward and put his little tiny sugary palms around Cherry and gave her a hug. Cherry said, this is so nice. You know, like the squishy-mallow things. You know them squishy-mallow whatevers? They're like that, but these hugs are even nicer. Oh, and they smell like vanilla. This one smells like vanilla. I want to lick it. Do you think it'll mind if I lick it? Heidi said, please don't lick the donut person, Cherry. Just accept the hug and we'll see what happens next. And then all of a sudden, they all kind of made the noise at the same time. Me, and squished in to the cats and hugged them really tight. The tighter the donuts hugged, the more like weird noises started to happen, like really weird noises. And Cherry's like, OMG, what's that? And then she noticed that some of the donuts were like jammy donuts and creamy donuts. And when they squished you and they gave you the bestest hugs, really, really tight hugs, they squished out some jelly, or they squished out some jam, or they squished out some cream. And Cherry was like, oh my gosh, OMG, they squish stuff out at you when they hug you. This is like the best. Vaya said, this is like very, very strange to me. I'm so glad I didn't wear one of my fancy dresses because it would be ruined. Heidi said, Oh, maybe we shouldn't hug them so tight. Maybe that's our fault and we're hugging them too tightly. Maybe we need to just drop his arms and not hug so tight. Heidi dropped her arms and Cherry and Vaya dropped their arms down as if they didn't want to squish them too much. And then all of a sudden, the little donut men and women or whatever they were started going, like puppies do when they want hugs or attention or something. So Heidi just instinctively put her hands back up, the little paws, and wrapped it around the closest donut. And then they started again. And they were all doing the same thing. Like they were cheering or something. They really enjoyed giving donut hugs. And at the same time, that sound kept going off all the time where it was where different donuts were just squelching out their guts everywhere. Well, it wasn't their guts, really, because it was a donut. But it was very funny. Heidi and Cherry and Vaya could not now stop laughing. And the more that they laughed, the more that the donuts got happier and squished tighter and tighter. And then the donuts were just everywhere, which made Heidi, Cherry and Vaya laugh even more. Cherry was like, oh, this is too much. I can't keep... I can't breathe. It's so funny. Squishing all over. It was the best. And then finally, all the donuts calmed down a little bit. One of the donuts grabbed a hold of each one of the cats by the hand, and their hands were all sugary and powdery, like the beach, and really, really sweet and sticky. And they led them to what looked like where they all lived. They all lived in little hammocks in the trees, like the other donut trees. But these were like donut people living in the trees in hammocks. And the hammocks looked like little donut boxes, almost like little packages that they lived in. If you told anyone, they would never believe us, said Heidi. Cherry said, do you think we ought to tell Auntie Mel? Do you think Aunt Mel will know already? Do you think she knew and she just never said that they were like a donut island with donut people? Because if she knows this, how can she keep it a secret? You'd think, though, really, that the rest of the world would already know that this place exists, because if you've been here once and you've experienced these donut hugs and how they squirt the stuff all over the place and the funny sounds it makes and how cute and sweet the hugs are, you'd be like, everyone in the world would want to come here, wouldn't they? Especially when you can eat any donut flavour you want from the trees and you can swim in hot chocolate that's just like the bestest chocolate in the world. Who would not want to come here? I can't wait to tell Aunt Mel. I think she's going to go, no way. And I'm going to go, yeah. And she's going to go, no way, Cherry. And I'm going to go, yeah, way, Auntie Mel, yeah. And we found the island, and we're gonna name it Heidi, Cherry and Vaya, Donut Island. You know, when there's people that go somewhere and they discover places, what was he called? Christopher Columbus. No, Heidi said, do you mean Christopher Columbus? Yeah, him. You know, like, they go, oh, I named this place, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go, oh, I discovered Donut Island. I'm going to name it after myself. Cherry's Donut Island. Vaya said, but what about us? Heidi said, yeah. Cherry said, all right then. Heidi, Cherry and Vaya, Donut Island. Da-da! And I'm going to write, and you know what? It's going to be even better. You know, if you like had one of those aeroplane thingies. You know those aeroplane thingies that fly over places. Heidi said, are you talking about drones? Yeah, those things. If you flew over this place, bet you any money it looks like a donut from above. How cool would that be? And then, like, you'll see it on the map, and you'll go, all the kids will go like, Mum, what's that place? And you'll be like, didn't you know? That's Heidi, Cherry and Vaya, Donut Island. And the kid will be like, oh, Mum, can I go there? And I'd be like, yeah, of course you want to go there because it's like the bestest place in the world. Disney holds nothing on Heidi, Cherry, Vaya, Donut Island. The cats sat around a campfire. They sang songs. They squished and hugged them some more. They couldn't understand a word that they were saying, but their songs were awesome. They were really, really catchy. They talked and talked and talked. And of course, the donut people didn't understand them. And they didn't understand the donut people. But that was okay. They were speaking a language with each other that was universal. When you know that you're with someone that's nice and kind and sweet, you can just feel it in your body. And you don't really have to say anything. You could fall in love with someone and speak a completely different language just because they feel so good. And that's exactly what the donut people were like. They were sweet and soft and gooey and ooey and sugary and they smelt so good and they were just nice people. The cats decided it was probably time to get back to Aunt Mel. They'd probably been gone way too long. And they wanted to be responsible and show her that they were trustworthy. They got back in the boat, said goodbye to everyone on Donut Island, squished them all and hugged them all one last time, and said their goodbyes. What was funny was, this time, it literally only took them 2 minutes to get back to the beach in front of Aunt Mel's house. It was very strange. When they went inside, Aunt Mel had started the fire so that they could cook some s'mores, and the cat said, "You're never going to guess what happened to us today." Aunt Mel sat down on a big comfy chair next to the fire. She wrapped a shawl around her shoulders and looked at the cats and said, "Let me guess. Did you meet some donuts?" The end.